What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Liftoff. This is going to be a weekly podcast where I talk about general topics that I think that are pretty interesting that you guys might need to know. So I hope you enjoy the show. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Liftoff. I'm your host, Tom Lennon, and I hope you're having a good week so far. I'm sorry that I didn't post this on Monday because I was a little busy watching the Super Bowl, so hope you guys weren't waiting. But this episode is actually dedicated to at Ronnie Dosis. The last part, Dosis, is Dosis. So he actually had a question on mental health and physical health with diabetes. So he actually had nutrition in there too as well, but I decided that's probably going to be in another episode because it kind of needs to have its own episode. So the first part of the question was mental health. So when I first got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. Just turning 35 and getting type 1 diabetes, I thought, to be honest with you, being in the medical field, had no clue that anybody my age can get diabetes. So I was a little stressed out and a little in shock and a little nervous because I didn't know what to do because, it's a whole new experience for me being a type 1 diabetic. And also it was a little stressful in the beginning because my wife was worried about me being all by myself with our son and not managing my blood sugars that well in the beginning. So but after a while I just got used to it and started trying out new ways and eating differently, so now my blood sugar levels are normal. But being a type 1 diabetic is stressful every day because you're thinking about this disease almost every hour, every half hour, just depending on what's going on. So a couple things for me that makes it stressful is pretty much the first thing is the cost of the medicine. I recently changed to a whole nother insurance, and the usual insulin I take was Novolog, and I was getting quoted for $1,200 because I needed to hit my deductible before anything else. And so I am still I don't have a lot of insulin left over, so I'm trying to find ways with the pharmacist to find cheaper medicines. So there's another insulin called Fiasp. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's another quick-acting insulin, and it's a lot less money compared to the Novolog that I'm taking right now, which is they're quoting it at $600, but with coupons that I might be able to find, it can be a little bit less than that. I recently just got a new supply of Levemir, and they quoted me at $442 for that Levemir, but my wife and I found a coupon, and it brought it down all the way down to $142, which the crazy thing is, why the hell wasn't it at $42 in the first place? So that's one stressful thing. And another thing that can be stressful is the burden it causes with my family. So, there's a lot of times that I wanted to go play with the kids or they're doing something fun, and, I got to sit down because I have low blood sugar. And so, it feels like I'm missing out on, some fun things because this disease. And also with getting high blood sugar, I have to take my medicine dose it or do something, and that doesn't really evolve sometimes with the family, which is, another issue. Or if have low blood sugar and, my wife doesn't want to drive, and all of a sudden she has to drive because my blood sugar's low, because I don't want to pass out or cause an accident, so she has to drive. Or other issues of me with low blood sugar. So that's one thing that can be frustrating with me, especially with diabetes. And another stressful thing with diabetes is it can go down to, your kids. I have a 4-year-old son and a 16-month-old little girl, and it can be, stressful to think that, maybe one of those two or both of them are going to get this, disease, and which is another issue. Is going to cost us more money, which is another stress to add it on to that as well. Another stressful thing for me that's happened with diabetes is you only have a little bit of insulin left to last you maybe a couple days, and your doctor won't prescribe you your insulin because you haven't been there in a long time. So a little backstory to that. So there was a time where I was super busy, and if I missed out on clients as a personal trainer, I wouldn't get paid. So there were times that I wasn't able to make it to my endocrinologist's appointment because I needed to make money, because we need the money. So there was a stint where I was gone for like a whole year, not at the endocrinologist. And so he had enough because I needed to get a refill, and he wouldn't prescribe me my medicine because I haven't showed up at the doctor's office for a while. So that was another stressful thing. And also, another thing is when you have a little bit of insulin left and you're trying to find a new, when you're at the last limit of your insulin and you can't afford it, so you're trying to figure out ways how you can ration off this insulin, just so you can, survive, which is crazy because there has been some, news articles that have come out that insulin's gotten so expensive that you have kids dying because they're rationing off their insulin because they can't afford it because it's so expensive, or they're not on any insurance, and so it's going to cost them a couple grand just for a month's supply of insulin, which is absolutely insane. But usually with me, when it comes to stressful situations, especially with my blood sugar, I kind of roll with the punches. It sucks that, I have high blood sugar, so I gotta, I can't do whatever I wanted to do, or I have low blood sugar, so, like vice versa. I can't do the things that I want to do, but, you gotta roll with the punches with this, because you're gonna have days that you're really high and it's stressful, but, don't let it, affect what you want to do. I mean, you can correct a high blood sugar and, later on do what you want to do. Or, if you're low, just wait it out. I mean, things happen, it's not like, for example, I wanted to get someone to interview this weekend, but I wasn't able to do it because of just, schedule conflicts. Hey, it happens, just when you see a high blood sugar, just take a deep breath and be like, I'll just take some more insulin, maybe go for a little walk, drink some water, and it'll just go back down shortly. So just don't stress, because it's, it's really, really not worth it. Because there's other stresses in your life that are more important than, having high blood sugar or low blood sugar. Those will come and go, because it happens for a normal type 1 diabetic. So now for the second half is physical health. So physical health, I just started to check my blood sugar a lot more, like 5 times a day. I don't have a Dexcom or a Libre because once again that comes with the money situation that we can't afford it because of my new insurance is just ridiculous. So I just do the typical, prick my finger, CVS Bluetooth glucometer, which is pretty cool, and so pretty much just check it like 5 times a day. And, make sure you go to your endocrinologist every 3 months, which I'm starting to do that. So since I have this new position, I'm able to take time off and go to the doctor to, check my A1C, my blood work, or if there's any issues coming up with, my numbers or whatnot. So, checking your blood work is, I think it's a big part of a diabetic, and it's super important even when you get older for just to get your blood work, just to make sure everything is going good for you. Also, I love to exercise, and I think exercising is super helpful to manage your blood sugar. I try to work out 3 to 5 days a week, usually about an hour and a half if I have the time. So, and I like to incorporate, cardio and lifting. A lot of people on my Instagram feed, you probably see me just doing Olympic lifting, but I like to do, CrossFit style workouts where it comes to like running, thrusters, or, whatever cardio, and then weights incorporated. I think that's a huge help for me managing my blood sugar. Granted, once I, am done with my workout, my blood sugar is elevated a little bit, but that's due to, the fight or flight mode of you working out and causing stress to your body, that the hormones start kicking in, and then the high blood sugars start kicking in. But usually I just, within a half an hour, it usually comes back down. If not, I will correct it with insulin just to make sure I actually get a good number after working out. But, I think, physical health with working out is huge help with the mental game, because you get to relieve your stress during the workout, or even going for a run. It just helps relieve a lot of stress, and just tries to makes you relax a little bit. So that's the episode for today for the physical and mental side of it. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to me on Instagram at Type 1 Lifting, or Twitter, or just go on my website type1lifting.com, and I have my email addresses there as well, so you can reach out to me if you have any questions. I will give you the best answer, and if I don't know it, I will definitely find out for you guys, because like I said before, I'm still relatively new to this diabetes thing, and I want to learn, just like with the fitness realm. I want to learn new things, I want to try new things, and if it sticks, it's awesome. I know we'll go from there. All right, well, I hope you guys have a good rest of the week, and I hope you do enjoy the show. If you can, leave a review, a 5-star review, or whatever, star you think I deserve, and just write a comment for the review side and just see how I'm doing. And if you have any questions for me about the show, or what you think I need to improve, please, just throw it out there. I like to hear what you guys think of the podcast. All right, well, like I said before, have a great day, and thank you for tuning in.